Motovlog number 1 in Taiwan. My name is Ryan. I'm headed to work. I'm an English teacher. This is my first motovlog, so please be patient. I'm going to try to dial in the audio levels. Not sure how this is going to work. We're going to head to 7-Eleven and pick up breakfast and then go to work. Here we go. I'm in Jiayi City. Let's roll. Got a bit of a tight squeeze on my street. And we're gonna make a quick stop at my 7-Eleven before we start driving to work. Sometimes this place is really busy. It's hard to find parking. Service is hit or miss. But it's my local 7-Eleven, you know. I am actually trying to lose weight, so I'm just gonna get 2 hard-boiled eggs. So let's go ahead and get those. Those are always available. And they're pretty good. 42 Taiwanese dollars. You can get soft-boiled eggs with the tea flavor for 49. I'm going to just get these ones. Like I said, I'm trying to lose weight. How? Shishi. I used to be one of these guys who only uses cash. Now I only use my credit card almost all the time. Alright, so yeah, breakfast today is at 42 Taiwanese dollars, which is a little less than $1.50. Now that we have breakfast, we're gonna start moving. The name of this street is Yo Ai Lu. It's something about friendship. So, what way to work should I go? I guess I will take you the way I used to go. I've discovered a new way to work that is maybe 1 minute slower, but much more comfortable. Oh, and I just realized I didn't put in my straps on my helmet. This is the first time I'm actually using this helmet, and it is quite different than the helmet I normally use. I normally use one that you have nothing over your face. You just have something over your head, and it allows you to breathe easy. You are exposed to the sun, but just adjusting my straps. But if I can't use that with the microphone. And I don't even know how this microphone's gonna work because the microphone is right next to my face. Now I've adjusted the gain of the microphone, so all right, now so yeah, what I'm just trying to say is, as I'm speeding to make this green light, is I don't know how the audio is gonna work. Hopefully it doesn't come out too bad. I'm not in a huge rush, even though I actually am going to be technically late to work. It's actually early for me. So yeah, I go over this bridge, which, you know, the first time you go over a bridge in Taiwan, it's, for me anyways, it was really stressful because you're narrowed down to this little width. And now I could pass these people, but my scooter, I have side bags, I have panniers, and that makes the clearance a little lower than normal. Plus, like I said, I'm not in a huge hurry. I do go past these people a lot of the time. So here we're entering, I live on the west side, now we're entering the east side. We went over the railroad tracks. There's a few bridges you can do that. You could also go under the railroad tracks. So everything's a little bit busier over here. Now I know these lights really well. I always stop right here, right next to this Mr. Mark Bakery, which I've never been to. It's actually always closed when I arrive. Some bakeries, the bakeries that serve coffee are usually open early in the morning, but the bakeries that don't serve coffee sometimes open up a little later. So, yeah, this is Jiayi City. It might look a little busy for some people, being in the heart of the city, but compared to some of the other bigger cities, like I lived in Kaohsiung, if you were in downtown Kaohsiung driving a scooter, it would feel a lot different. So many more cars, so many more scooters, and everyone driving much faster. When I first moved to Jiayi City, I was struck by just how relaxed the traffic was, how few cars and scooters were on the road. Let me just say, man, that felt really nice. Now that I've been here a little over a year, I don't notice it. Everything just now feels normal to me, which is still hectic in some ways. So yeah, you can't feel it, obviously, but it's hot. It's hot. It's 8:30 right now, and it's pretty warm. I'm sweating. I'm using this helmet for the first time that completely encloses my head. I am really hot. Okay, now I don't speed here because the only way to make where I'm gonna stop, the only way to make that final green, I would have to really blast it. I know I'm gonna have to stop here. You see that yellow light? I would really have to blast it. Well, I guess I could have made that today. Huh. You know, sometimes the timing of the lights changes, but I've never made this light. I see some people making them. Right here, this building here used to be a 7-Eleven. They've closed down. You can see they're changing whatever was over there at the corner. I'm facing my camera into a Poya, which is a great, useful store. You can pick up just about everything. Women love it. Some things change gradually, and then after the last big typhoon, there was, I noticed a lot more change. Maybe some buildings were damaged, and I don't exactly know. So yeah, I am on Xinmin Lu, and I am, where am I going? Oh, I don't know. Let's just go. I just sort of drive unconsciously. Now, like I said, I do not usually drive this way anymore. I took this route every day last year because Google took me at the first few times, and it was the fastest route. And I used to stop at the 7-Eleven right here. But I'll show you guys on another video the route I now take, which is much more peaceful. Just a little slower. Okay, so yeah, I do speed a little here, because what I realized is if I want to make that green at the end, I just need to go... Wow, I'm really going fast. I wonder if it's because in this new helmet, I can't hear my scooter, so it doesn't feel like I'm going that fast. The sound is very different, but even though I'm going super fast, look at these guys. How to say, in America, I'm much more cautious when it comes to speeding. In fact, I just really go the traffic speed in America. But here in Taiwan, it's a little old school. It's like you're back in the 80s somewhat, traffic-wise. You know, people don't really care if you wear seatbelts or not. I mean, you're supposed to. I mean, there's just babies on scooters without helmets. You know, it's a little more old school, which you might not like. And it is perhaps a little more dangerous, but definitely more free. Now here, I can't go. Now I don't really like being in the scooter lane when it's where I'm like in between a truck and all these cars on the right, because when you take your driving test for a scooter, see, like this guy, I don't know what's he doing. He just put his blinker on. He cuts in front of me. That's normal. You have to be aware of that. Cutting in front of people is just very normal here. But like I said, and when I took my scooter test, I saw a lot of, they make you watch a video of all these people dying and getting hit on scooters. And one of the things that shocked me and stuck in my memory is people opening their car doors parked on the right side of the scooter lane. And I just don't want to be clotheslined by a car door. So I tend to sometimes just drive in the car lane, which you can. I actually don't know technically if you're able to, but it just feels safer. There's a big Starbucks right here, which I never really go to because I make my coffee at work. Now I've entered the little neighborhood which has my school, and you know, I live almost on the opposite side of Jiayi as my school, and you could see that scooter ride didn't take very long. And I actually have to go through the back entrance because they're doing construction on the front entrance. So I got to ride through the back, which I never did last year. Sometimes you'll see kids out here stretching. They do, or having, like, the principal will have them all out here doing stretches on the basketball court or talking to them, telling them to behave. There's a kindergarten, which is a preschool for us, like little kids, like 1 year old to 2 years old. Nothing to really do with our school. They just sort of share the space. Now, because I don't arrive very early, parking is always tight, and because they're doing construction in the back, we have to share the parking with all these kids who bring their bicycles, so it's a little tougher to use. Hi! It's one of the people in my office I just saw parking, so I'm going to park here. A little muddy, but I want some shade. All right. So, like I said, I don't know how the audio is going to turn out. Let me know if you guys want to see more moto vlogs. This was something I wanted to do and share it with you. Give me a thumbs up. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.